Hey guys, it's me, Drew, back again. So, listen, I want to talk today again. We talked last time about a legacy and about families and things like that. And what I wanted to do was talk specifically something very close to me, which is my children. And I'm not going to get too involved in them personally since this is a public forum, but I will mention them by first name. So I've got four children. My oldest is Aaron, and he is married now. So Mackenzie, you too, my daughter-in-law, and how special he is to me. And obviously, I've known him pretty much his whole life now. But seriously, he and I have just become great friends, and I just admire who he has become as a man and just some of the struggles and triumphs he's gone through. It's just been amazing to watch him. Then Raina is my next oldest, and she's also grown and out of the house, and she's doing well. But Raina, if you ever watch this, I just want to tell you I love you too. And anyway, Madison is my teenager right now, and she's got lots of spunk, but she and I are real close, and she and I spent a lot of good time together. She actually works for me in my other job, but yeah, she's in high school and just doing well. And then finally, my little one is Amelia or Millie, and she's kind of like my little shadow. We get our snuggles in and we have a good time doing all that. So I want to talk about kids. I want to talk about if you have children. And if you don't, this doesn't mean this video is not for you, because there's something about the joy of watching something unfold from a kid's perspective. And my kids all love me, and I know that, and I love them dearly. But my kids, over the years, they've done some things for me, and they know I love baseball, but like I've mentioned before, they're not really baseball fans, but they get very, very excited when they can do something specific for baseball. So each of them have given me some different items, little items, just stuff over the years. So I want to kind of highlight some of these things, and so let's go show some of those things that my kids have given me out of their love, even though knowing that they're not baseball card fans, collectors, or even baseball fans. Okay, guys, so like I mentioned, my kids have each taken some time, spent their own money, and gotten me something. And no, they didn't get me an entire 53 Bowman set. However, I've been working on this set for a while, and this past Christmas, Amelia and Madison both put their money in together and bought the last Hall of Famer that I needed for the set, which is this Phil Rizzuto. Ironic that they spent their hard-earned money on a Yankee, but they're very excited to know. They don't know anything about Phil Rizzuto, but they know that that was a big deal for me, so I do appreciate that. A few years ago, my son made me this. It has some Griffey images on it, but the thing about it is it's backlit. It's 3D printed. He designed it and printed it himself. So as it's backlit, the thicker parts of the plastic are darker, so it doesn't allow as much light through, so it gives it a 3D image. He put the collage together, and I know these images of Griffey are familiar to most of you, but especially this one in the middle, and there will be a future story about that specific Griffey rookie in the future. Again, this is what it looks like unplugged, and there you go. Okay. And then also, a number of years ago, my daughter Raina, who was very much into art, made me these when she was probably about 6 or 7 years old. And they're tiny little glove and a ball, a hat, and a bat. And I actually made a little display box, and it's on the shelf. And then my son gave me a 1950 Bowman PB Reese back when I was putting my PB Reeses together. And love that card, helped complete the collection, spent his own money back when he was in high school. And finally, my one-of-one autograph balls for my girls. So back in 2010, I believe, Raina signed this for me. And then Maddie signed me this one in 2012, I think, 2013. And finally, Amelia finalized my collection, and she signed this one this year for me. So those are some examples of some of the things that I cherish that my children have either spent their money or their time, their effort on. And it's just one of those things that when I look through them, it helps me just remember them and how much they care about me. So my kids are a huge part of my life, and I'm sure for so many of you that's the same with you. But with my children, it's just it's something to share. And the fact that they may not be interested in baseball or collecting or anything, they're interested in me. And if they're willing to put the time in to help me with my collection, then, I want to share that with them. So, story time. So, here's a story. So, back in 2016, we're going to get into more of this trip in another future video, but this part of it is specific to my son. So, in 2016, me and a group of friends took a road trip and we went up to Cooperstown to the Hall of Fame. It was the year Griffey was inducted. I was not able to go during the induction, but I was there about a month afterwards. And it was a group of 6 of us, really good friends, and all of us they're big collectors. And some of my friends from years ago, including one of my oldest friends from way back in college, 30 years ago now. He and I met, and he was able to come, and anyway. But while we were there, I had the opportunity to purchase a box of 89 Upper Deck low numbers, and it had always been my dream to pull a Griffey rookie out of the Upper Deck, and I never did. I never did when I bought packs or way back when. I always wanted to, and it didn't make much financial sense to me because boxes were super expensive. But you could get a Griffey at the time for probably, I don't know, $25 or $30. So to buy packs just to have a card that you could get so readily wasn't really financially worth it. But anyway, I was at a show and I bought a box, and the guys all split the cost of it, and 6 of us, so each of us got 6 packs, and we randomly shuffled them up, and we sat around a table in a hotel lobby one night, just having fun up in Cooperstown. And we went by age. And my son, out of the 6 of us, was the youngest there, so he opens his first pack. It may have been the first pack of baseball cards he ever opened, because he just never was into that as a kid, which was fine. And wouldn't you know it, the very first pack, the very first one, he pulled out the Griffey. And I'll tell you, while it's been a life dream of mine to pull a Griffey, it was so much more sweet and so much better to me to see my own son pull one, and the excitement on his face of getting that card. And he still has that card. And in fact, for Christmas that year, I ended up making him a little shadow box, a display case for it. And there's a picture of it here that you can look at it. You can see some of the other items that we collected along that trip, including the Griffey rookie in there. But anyway, just a sweet and amazing memory to be able to see him pull that card out and enjoy it. And he has a card collection of 1, but you know what? It's a really good collection, and now he has his own story too. So anyway, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Get out there and just do stuff. Do it with your kids. And if they're not into cards or baseball, find out what they're into and get into it with them. And I know other collectors, when I go to a show and I see parents with kids and stuff, I think it's awesome. So just want to encourage you to do that. And anyway, I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. You be good.